As a group, we were assigned Call of the Wild. It's a story about Buck and his adventure to the Klondike. Enjoy.
The struggles of Buck in the frozen Klondike demonstrate the theme that adversity can only be conquered through sheer willpower. Almost from the start of the story, Buck is thrown into hardship after hardship as he is kidnapped from his California home and is forced to endure conditions of his new life as a sled dog. Only Buck's sheer will to live and his desire to become lead dog in his pack pull him through the trials that claim the lives of countless other dogs. Buck's will faces his greatest trial under the ownership of Hal and Charles, who are abusive dog owners who do not care about their dog's welfare, but only care about their own welfare, and as a result, push the dogs past their limits through exhaustion and hunger. Only Buck's sheer will to live pushes him through this fight. In conclusion, Buck demonstrates his intense desire to live through his victories against the countless troubles of the cruel Alaskan North. Get ready for a sick rhyme.
Buck is a dog who spends all day laying on a rug watching his owners play. Half Saint Bernard, half shepherd, turned into a predator worse than a leopard. Think he'd be fierce and not quite lame, but how's he scary if Buck is his name? Buck had the life and didn't have to worry until one day he got kidnapped in a hurry. Trained him to be strong and take hits. He even had the guts to take on Spitz. Because he was a leader, Spitz thought he was tough, until Buck came along and made him look rough. Buck dropped Spitz like a motionless slug and left him in the cold like a winter floor rug. Spitz's defeat put Buck at the head, and with his dog pack he helped lead the sled. Things start to seem mild, then came the call of the wild. It draws Buck like Handy draws a child. Would he resist or would he be beguiled? With his next owners, life got tough, as if pulling a sleigh wasn't enough. Buck and the dogs got nothing to eat, and staying alive was quite a feat. Along the way, while pulling the sleigh, Buck had finally given away. Thornton brought him away from Charles and Hal, then he made Buck his very best pal. Thornton and Buck set out to find gold. Unprepared Buck saved Thornton from the cold. Buck heard a distinct call from the wild for the first time after he was exiled. Buck came back only to have found his dead master laying flat on the ground. Things start to seem mild, then came the call of the wild. It draws Buck like Handy draws a child. Would he resist or would he be beguiled? Buck's life was easy and wasn't on alarm. He lived in a mansion in the California warm. Taken from his home, he was showed no worth, sent up to the worst of the north. Shipped to the Klondike in the freezing cold. All the white from the snow made him look old. Whilst in the cold he was quite perturbed, but back in the wild he couldn't be disturbed. Things start to seem mild, then came the call of the wild. draws Buck like hand he draws a child. Would he resist or would he be beguiled? Things start to seem mild, then came the call of the wild. It draws Buck like hand he draws a child. Would he